Emanuel Augustus. He says he wants respect. Wilfredo Vilches, one of these classic guys that we see in those rankings of Alphabet Soup, and you wonder, what is he all about? Well, he's ranked number 4 according to one of the Alphabet Soup organizations. We will find out tonight. Wants to show a good display on American television. This is his chance against a recognizable name.
Vilches is pretty standard, pretty conventional. Likes to use that jab, set up that power punch, his right hand. But my humble opinion is Vilches better think about throwing that right hand more than just to the head, maybe to the body. Take some of that leg movement, that head movement away from the tricky Augustus.
Teddy, a note here in first round action. Vilches is a real quick starter. In fact, 5 first-round knockouts, and 15 of his knockouts have come before the completion of the 3rd round in his career. As for Augustus, just the opposite. Not a first-round knockout in his long career, and only 3 knockouts in the first 4 rounds of his entire career.
Augustus knows how to do a little bit of all of it. He showed in the Mickey Ward fight. He can make you stand and give him an ovation. He can stand inside. He can take. He can give. He can counter. He can make you miss. He can use the ring a little bit. Sometimes he showboats a little bit.
We talked to him about that yesterday, Teddy, about being so loose and showboating at times. He said, you know, I'm going to try not to, but if the opportunity still presents itself in my career, I will. You just can't do it when it's not supposed to be done, when it hurts you.
No doubt about it. Augustus likes to have fun in the ring. He knows that one of the reasons he gets calls is he's entertaining. A little swelling under the right eye of Augustus. You don't need me to tell you what that's from. That snappy jab that Vilches has been throwing over on that side. Vilches has been smart. He hasn't been doing much other than a jab, but that snappy jab at the right distance has been stabilizing Augustus, not letting Augustus get control of the tempo, get anything going. Keeping Augustus in his place with that snappy jab. Like I said earlier, Vilches pretty standard. Likes to use that jab, set up the right hand. Believe me, Vilches is looking for a spot for that right hand. But again, it might not be to the head. It might have to be to the body. Augustus knows how to slip and slide. Joe, Augustus has been around so long. He's taking a look at Vilches. Just look at him. He's taking a look. He's surveying the land.
It's his entire game plan.
Yeah,
Take a look for 4 rounds, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do.
That's why he's not a fast starter.
1 in the books in our main event.
Augustus has decided he wants to be close. I think he's right. Because Vilches has told him in a silent sort of way that he doesn't want him close. Because Vilches using the jab. Referee trying to keep control there.
Look at Emanuel Augustus here. He wants after him.
See, Vilches using the jab, staying on the outside. He's sending a message to Augustus. I want to be outside. So Augustus doesn't have to know anything more, Joe. All he has to know is that Vilches wants to be on the outside. So that tells him where he wants to be. I want to be inside. If my opponent wants to be on the outside, I want to be inside. And Augustus is a guy who will notice those kind of things. Experience, my friend. Experience. That's why he can stand 20 rounds. He's been through it all. He's been around the block 20 times.
And also standing in between rounds, as Emanuel Augustus is doing tonight, is a statement to what he's been doing in the gym. He's been working on conditioning, showing it off through 2 rounds here. Emanuel Augustus, Wilfredo Vilches, round number 3 from Yakima. In round number 2, Augustus picked up the pace and started landing with the power. He threw 36 power punches, landing 14. Vilches only connecting on 4.
I said early at the top, Vilches standing has that traditional boxing stance. Uses the jab, little picturesque, straight up a little bit. Augustus wants to take advantage of that. That way, that's exactly how he wants to take advantage of. If a guy's straight up, that means punches over the top can't find him. That means if you're conventional, picturesque, as I was saying, and you're jabbing all the time, that means a right hand can crash home. It means you're predictable.
Right hand for
Augustus
Vilches
understands
after
that, Joe.
Because Vilches does everything off that jab, Teddy, is that predictable for a seen-it-all guy like Emanuel Augustus?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's because Vilches is standard, is conventional, does everything by the textbook off that jab. You can figure out what to do with him. You know where he's going to be. You can make plans. And one of the plans you can make, being that he uses the jab from a straight, sometimes standing up stance, you can throw over the top. Because when he's jabbing, you know that he's standing there. You know right hands can be your friend. And that's exactly what Augustus is trying to zero in on. Watch it. He's trying to zero in on that right hand over the jab of Vilches.
Gets a left of his own. Comes back and counters with a right hand.
Picking his spot pretty good here, Joe, Augustus. Vilches might be busier with the jab, but Augustus is thinking. He's picking spots.
And now he's tripling up and doubling up with that left jab and comes in with a right hand, does Wilfredo Vilches.
Augustus has made up his mind. He's going to try to land a good, clean punch. Getting in position.
And it appears here in round number 3 that there is a little cut near the left eye of Wilfredo Vilches.
Vilches has been cut many times before. Weapon, no doubt about it. But if you use it too much sometimes with an experienced guy like Augustus and you stand straight, you can get timed over the top of it. And Augustus was looking to do that with his right hand.
Back to live action, scheduled for 10 rounds, junior welterweights. Wilfredo Vilches, just to set the scene for you, is ranked among the Alphabet Soup rankings. Emanuel Augustus, you know him well. Fight of the year last year against Irish Mickey Ward. A well-weathered veteran who's out for respect now at 140 pounds. Power punches through round 3.
Little change taking place here, Joe. See a little change. Augustus able to get a little closer. First round, he couldn't get close. That snappy jab of Vilches kept him at a distance. Augustus getting a little closer.
Trainer Nelson Lopez gave specific instructions to Emanuel Augustus during the round, in between rounds. He said, get inside there, get close. I want to see you go low to the body and then up high.
He must have read Atlas work. The reason he wants to go low to the body is because Vilches stands tall.
And there's a left hand by Emanuel Augustus coming off the ropes.
Augustus did his Spider-Man imitation there. Jumped out real quick. Jumped right into the feet of the referee. The referee looked surprised.
I know he took this fight on short notice, Teddy, but doesn't Emanuel Augustus look extremely focused and hungry tonight?
He always is. He has to be. He has boxing gloves will travel.
But there's just a little something in his eye tonight.
He doesn't have, he always comes to fight, but he doesn't have the benefit of a great record where he can pick and choose. He has to be ready on the snap of a finger to go. But you know what that little flicker in his eye might be?
Disrespect, I think.
Maybe this guy, he doesn't believe this guy. This guy hasn't been in with the kind of opponents he's been in with.
That's what I'm saying. He feels he was brought here to lose against a guy that he doesn't respect enough to believe that.
Yeah, well, he's going to find out if he respects him. He's going to test this guy. He's going to say, hey, this guy hasn't been through the waters. He hasn't been tested in those deep parts of waters yet. And Augustus has been around enough to know that just because a guy has a good record doesn't mean he can go to the next step. Augustus is going to find out. There's one other thing. Now, this could seem as a detriment, but Augustus is 5 pounds heavier than his last fight. Now, short notice, you would expect that. But his last fight, he was at lightweight. And I've been looking at it. I'll make the point later on, but I think the extra weight might actually help him.